Let me ask you something. If I bet $100 on a game and you bet $1,000 on the exact game, the exact same side, the exact same odds, who makes more money? Most people say you because you bet more. But here's what nobody in sports betting is telling you. We both make the same return on our money, the exact same percentage. Your $1,000 bet didn't give you a single extra edge over my $100 bet. Not 1%, not a half a percent, absolutely nothing. And today I'm going to prove it to you with math so simple a fifth grader could follow it. Because once you understand this one idea, it changes everything about how you bet on sports. So let's get into it. Now, before we talk about sports betting, let me tell you a story about three people who walk into a casino. This is going to make everything click. First, there's Bob. Bob walks in with $100. He walks straight up to the roulette table, puts all 100 on red and says, "Let it ride." If red hits, he doubles his money. He's got $200. He takes his $100 profit and walks out. If black hits, he's broke, game over, he's got nothing. Bob's chances of winning, about 47%, almost a coin flip. Now let's meet Alice. Alice walks in with $10,000. She's way more careful than Bob. She bets just $1 at a time on red, over and over and over. Her plan is to slowly grind her way up to $100 in profit. She figures with $10,000 behind her, she's got a way better shot than Bob, right? And then there's Carlos. Carlos walks in with $100 trillion, more money than even exists on planet Earth. He's also betting $1 at a time, trying to win that same $100 profit. With basically unlimited money, his chances have to be almost perfect, right? Here's where the math gets crazy. Alice, with her $10,000, has a 0.002% chance of hitting her goal. That's about 26 chances in a million. She's almost guaranteed to lose everything before she ever makes $100. And Carlos, the guy with unlimited money, his odds are basically the same, 0.002%, virtually identical to Alice. Now let me explain this in the simplest way I know how. Forget the big numbers for a second. Think about it like this. Imagine you're walking on a path. Every time you take a step, you flip a coin. Heads, you move forward. Tails, you move backwards. But here's the thing, the coin isn't fair. It lands on tails just a little bit more than heads, like 52 times out of 100 instead of 50. Now, if you're trying to walk forward 100 steps, but you're getting pushed backwards just a tiny bit more than forward, what happens if you walk long enough? You end up back where you started, and then past where you started. And eventually, you fall off the cliff that's behind you. It doesn't matter if the cliff is 10 feet behind you or 10 miles behind you. That tiny backward push over enough steps will always drag you off the edge. Always. It's not bad luck, it's math. That is what happens in a casino. Every game, roulette, blackjack, craps, baccarat, all of it. The coin is slightly unfair. The house has a little edge, and the longer you play, the more that tiny edge eats your money. Now, Alice and Carlos played thousands and thousands of spins. That gave the house edge time to grind them down. Bob only played one spin. He didn't give the edge enough time to work against him. And here's the lesson that changes everything for sports betting. This same math applies to sports betting, but with one massive difference. In a casino, the house always has the edge. There's nothing you can do about it. The games are designed that way. The math is baked in. You will lose over time, period. But in sports betting, the edge isn't fixed. Now let me explain. When you bet on a game at a sportsbook, you're not playing against a machine with programmed odds. You're betting against a line, a number that the sportsbook set. And here's what most people don't realize. The sportsbook doesn't always get that number right. When the line is wrong, when the real probability of an outcome is higher than what the odds say, that's called having an edge. And when you have an edge instead of the house, that little invisible push, it's working in your favor, not against you. So here's the question that everyone asks me. Frank, should I bet $100? Should I bet $1,000? What should I do? And the answer might surprise you. It doesn't matter. If you're betting on a game where you have no edge, where the line is correct and the sportsbook has it right, then betting $100 or $1,000 loses you the same percentage over your money over time. You are just like Alice and Carlos at the roulette table. The bigger bet doesn't help you. And if you do have an edge, if the line is wrong and the real odds are in your favor, then $100 and $1,000 both earn you the same percentage return on your money. Now you see that? That's ROI, the return on investment, because that is identical. Whether you bet $100 or $10,000, you make or lose the same exact percentage. The bet size doesn't change your edge. The bet size only changes how much you win or lose when the edge plays out. So if bet size doesn't give you an edge, then what actually does? Finding the wrong lines. That's the edge. That's the whole game. And that's exactly what the Linemaker method is built to do. So let me break down the Linemaker method in the simplest way possible. No fancy words, no complicated math, just the idea. Imagine you're at a store and you see a TV that's worth $500, but the store put the wrong price tag on it. It says $300. Would you buy it? Of course you would, because you know it's worth more than what they're charging. You have an edge. You're getting $500 of value for $300. Now that's exactly what we do in sports betting. Sportsbooks put a price tag on every game. That price tag is the odds, the line. Sometimes that price tag is right and the odds match reality. There's no deal to be had. We skip those games. But sometimes the price tag is wrong and the sportsbook says a team has a 75% chance of winning, or a player prop does, but our analysis shows they actually have an 85% chance. That gap, that 10%, is our edge. That's the TV on sale. The Linemaker method is a system for finding these mispriced games. Not every game, not most games, but the specific games where the sportsbook has the number wrong. And here's why this matters so much when we connect it back to the math that I did earlier. Remember the path, the coin flip? When the casino has the edge, the push goes against you and you lose over time. But when you have a 10% edge, the push goes in your direction. And over hundreds and thousands of bets, that push adds up and up. You're not Alice anymore. You're not Carlos. You're not grinding against a rigged game hoping to get lucky. You are the house. The math is working for you. And this is why I don't care if you bet $50 a game or $5,000 a game. The percentage is the same. The edge is the same. A 13% return is a 13% return whether it's on $100 or $1,000. What I do care about is what you're betting, and if you're betting on the right games. Games where the line is wrong. Games where you have the edge. Because without the edge, you're just Alice at the roulette table grinding towards zero, no matter how much money you have behind you. Let me give you the 3 things I want you to take from this video. Number 1, bet size does not change your edge. $100 bet and $1,000 bet on the same game at the same odds give you the exact same percentage return. Bigger bets don't make you a better bettor. They just make the swings bigger. Number 2, without an edge, you will lose. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how small you bet. If the odds are against you, even slightly, the math will grind you down to zero over time. That's not opinion. That's a fact proven by hundreds of years of mathematics. Number 3, the only thing that matters in sports betting is finding the games where the odds are in your favor, where the sportsbook priced it wrong, where you have the edge. If you can do that consistently, the math that destroys casino gamblers now works for you, and your bankroll grows over time instead of shrinking. That's the entire game. Not picks, not hunches, not betting bigger. Finding the edge. And that's what the Linemaker method does every single day. If this video clicked for you, if something just made sense that didn't before, do me a favor. Hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. I put out videos every week breaking down the real math and the real strategy behind profitable sports betting. No hype, no lock of the century, just the truth. And if you want to learn the full Linemaker method, how I find these mispriced lines and consistently win at 80 to 85% betting on heavy favorites, click the link in the description. And also drop a comment down below and tell me, did you know that bet size doesn't change your ROI? Because I've seen a lot of people in the comments that said, oh, well, I don't have enough money to be able to bet that way. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter because the ROI is the same. Now stop trying to bet bigger. Start trying to bet smarter. I'll see you guys in the next video.